Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, great news for some people, and that is the masters of our country. And for those who are surprised about this, I guess you're the ones who get fooled each and every time when you go and vote. And you need to go around the block a few times to understand that there's no Democrats and Republicans. There's just them and us. Okay, and once you understand that, you will understand that we should be all together and maybe change certain things. Now, what happened? Some people celebrate this thing that I knew, and I already made videos on this. House OK's debt ceiling bill to avoid default, sends Biden-McCarthy deal to Senate. We all knew that. So if you are surprised, that means you are a very naive person and you don't know almost anything about what's going on this society in the political terms. And I'm saying this not because I'm a bad person with you right now, but I feel like slapping you, to be honest with you, because you go and vote. And you vote for these guys who are in the same team. They play for the same team, you understand that? As I said many times, you have Democrats and Republicans. They are twin brothers from the same parents that feed them. Campaign donations, special interest. You know, they're the same. One has a mustache or a goatee, and the other one does not have. But they're the same, my friends. So all this, we're not going to do this, we're going to negotiate. It was negotiating as thugs. That's what they were. I said they will be okay. They will agree to this. They will make a deal. They will not default because that... I have so much to say. They have too much to lose. Too much to lose. That's why they will not push Russia to a nuclear weapons use. If Russia will use tactical nuclear weapons or any nuclear weapons in Ukraine on an open field without destroying but 3 cows, 5 coyotes, and the grass, I guarantee you that everything will stop on its tracks. Why? Because these guys have more to lose than we or Putin or the Russians. They have families, they have history, they have power, they have money. They are in charge of this planet. Do you think they say, yes, for Ukraine, we will just nuke the Russians and the Russians will nuke us, and that's the end of the story because we have values and principles? No! The same as this. This is an example at a lower scale. These guys will keep doing the same thing. Borrow money, have bad policies, economic policies. They will borrow until we collapse. I have the Weasel here on a different article. I didn't make the article. He said, no, you can't equate the country and its debt with a person and a household and its debt, because households and people die. And therefore, yeah, but what happens to a country, and countries never die? That's dumb, but anyway, let's say a country doesn't die, doesn't disappear. Okay, it brings more debt. What does it mean? That they will become the slaves of the lenders. Who are those lenders? Name me 5 names. I triple dare you to name me 5 names of people that this world has loans to, the countries. I want you to name me. Don't give me international, foreign, JP Morgan. No, I want you to give me names. Why? Because when they're going to enslave us economically and you want to ask them a few questions, I want to know who I should type to. Not to JP Morgan or to Rothschild or no. Names. People. You don't know even where they are. Why? You're not supposed to. You go and argue with McCartney, with the semi-conscious Biden. These are the guys that you argue, but behind them, far away, you just hear them talking, but you don't know where they're at. You're like in darkness, someone smacks you, you're in a dark room, and you can't punch back because you don't know where they are, but they smack you all the time. Bang, woo, bang, woo. That's how we are. And sometimes the light turns on and we see a weasel. Oh, let's get a weasel. The weasel is not the real weasel. The one who turned on the light is the weasel. The one who tells the weasel, hey, you're here in the room, close the door, turn on the light, beat him up, turn off the light again. We open the door and keep smacking. That's how we are. And we are supposed to celebrate. Yes, we're going to be able to get deeper in depth. Why are we in debt? We're in debt because our economic policies do not have a healthy economy. If the economy would work just fine, that means we would produce more than we would consume and still have a nice standard of living. But it seems like we can't have a nice standard of living because we consume more than we actually produce. So in order to keep it up, we have to borrow money. That's the whole scheme. So if you have to borrow more money, it means that we produce less. That means we're less productive. Why are we less productive? Because we work less? Or because maybe the environment, the economic environment, the business environment is up. And how can you do that? Just raise some taxes. And you see how capital just flies away from here. Goes to where the people are working cheaply. They want to work because if you give them a job and a good income, they would work. You can have something to offer to them. And then the taxes are not as high. These guys raise their taxes because they can't do anything about it. They can't support it. And they raise the taxes, borrow money, raise the taxes, borrow money. But if they would not borrow money, they have to raise the taxes like this much. This is how efficient we are. Who was in charge? Who was in charge? I want to see the guys. And I want them punished. Don't give me work within a system. You just, how do you call them? Vote them out. Really? I can screw a country, a generation or two, or three or four, and I get voted out of office. Remember, a lot of these guys are not elected. A lot of these directors of departments are not elected. They are appointed. So you do what? You fire them? Is that the consequence? Let's say you dilapidate your country. Let's say you work for a country. Let's say you work for a company. And then let's say your company, due to your policies, has a deficit of something, I don't know how many billions or something. They will open a criminal investigation about you. They're going to lock you up. They're not going to just fire you and you go home with your parachute, 50 million parachute retirement plan. It's not going to happen to you. Yes, we raised the freaking whatever default. Oh my God! Look how happy they are, and we're supposed to celebrate Jesus Christ in unity and unison, veering away from a default crisis. The House approved a debt ceiling and budget cuts package late Wednesday. As President Joe Biden and Speaker Kevin McCarthy assembled a bipartisan coalition. Yes, it was bipartisan. Of centrist Democrats and Republicans. The rest who actually want our good, they are called extremists. But the centrists are the one bipartisan coalition who did what? They increased their debt ceiling because default would have been the other option. Yes, why did we get to the default? Because we are not profitable. So what you're supposed to do? We're not going to default. No. We're going to just borrow more. And we're going to get enslaved economically more and more and more. The hard-fought deal. These guys are making this like being heroes. But they're not. They're not. They're their heroes, but not our. But lawmakers assessed it was better than the alternative. A devastating economic upheaval if Congress failed to act. Why was it a devastating economic upheaval? How did we get to this? Do you think that this is just what? Debt ceiling bill going up? What do you think that will do? They will just postpone something. You just postpone a bigger wave further down the road. And further and further. At one point, it's going to be a default, a big one. A big one. Instead of right now saying, you know what, honey, I stopped smoking, I start drinking. And with that, let's see if we can pay our debt. No. Down the road, you have to start smoking, drinking alcohol, I'm talking, drinking water, eating food, buying clothes, sending your kids to school. All that you have to get rid of at that point. And then that's enslavement right there. Enslavement. So these guys are not doing how should I put it? Something good. No, they're doing it because otherwise it would be a problem. They will get out of office, and those guys will be fired, and maybe some criminal investigations will be. What would happen in a real society. But no, here they don't get punished. They just push the ball, shed further. You gotta love democracy and capitalism, this kind of capitalism. So yes, when people say about capitalism, this is not capitalism. I don't know what this is. This is the socialism out there and capitalism, wild capitalism, right here. Good job. Good job. I don't know. I predicted that. Just a second. Let me find a video that I posted a while ago. All right, here it is. On May 21st, right here, 2023, what did I say in this video? Don't worry. They'll raise the US debt ceiling. The system must survive. They are on the same team. Don't worry. See this one? I made this video. Go and watch it. 7 minutes, 17 seconds. I knew it. Then these guys will agree with everything. They're on the same team. You know, I'm the expert of the all experts here. Why? Because it was so easy to see all this. Okay, so that's why I don't consider myself a genius. But those guys who tell you otherwise, those know it. If they don't know it, they're not experts. If they know it, they are criminals, I think. Because they keep that information away from you. I don't have any education in economics or bullshitting, you know, but you learn with life. You learn, you study, you see, you memorize, you see patterns, and you understand. These guys are the same guys, they are over there. I knew that for a long time. Just watch that video. Why? The 21st, right now we're in the 31st, 10 days ago, when they were fighting. Oh, we're fighting, we're negotiating. Ooh, oh my God. Not even that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Unbelievable, my friends. Not unbelievable. Who is surprised should smack himself right now, go in front of your mirror over there and smack yourself real hard a few times, okay? And then come and watch me again. Because I was right, and I know I was right. Not very hard. If you didn't figure it out, how low are you? How low are you with your understanding of what is going on around you? Those ones who thought, maybe it's going to be something. How naive. How naive. But it's okay. We were all like that. And we still are in certain areas. I still am. You know what I mean? But in this case, that was easy. Now, if I say that was easy and you didn't get it right, leave everything and follow me. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Yes!